School Days, Part 1. When I think back to my school days, at first I get quite nostalgic, and then I come to my senses and remember how much I absolutely hated school. I remember that I liked my teacher and my friends, and I even liked some of my studies, but what I couldn't stand was sitting in the classroom. It used to drive me crazy, having to sit indoors in a classroom when I could be outside running around having the time of my life. Although I wasn't badly behaved, I was always fidgeting and daydreaming and never concentrating on the class. My teacher used to always say that I had my head in the clouds. School Days, Part 1. Phrases. To think back to or on. This is used when one is talking about one's past. Example. I try not to think back on my past and prefer to enjoy the present. Come to one's senses. This is used when you suddenly realize that your thinking or actions are wrong or incorrect and then correct them immediately. Example. I almost did a bungee jump and then I came to my senses and backed out. Can't stand. This means to hate something or someone. Example. I can't stand traveling. I always get sick. To drive one crazy. This means to make someone very angry or frustrated. Example. I hate this actor. His arrogance drives me crazy. Have the time of one's life. To have a great time. Example. I had the time of my life on holiday. To have one's head in the clouds. To always be daydreaming and never concentrating on real life. Example. If he didn't always have his head in the clouds, he would probably make a success of his life. School Days, Part 2. The only thing that I did like at school was sports class, because I got to let off steam and run around for a while. Also, the only teacher that saw potential in me was Mr. Jones, the sports teacher. He always said that when I ran, he had never seen anything like it before. He also started giving me extra training and got me to race in a few local competitions. By the time I was 11, I was winning all of my races, so my parents decided to send me to a special sports academy. While I was there, I was completely in my element. We did train a lot at that school, but it wasn't like we were outside from sun-up to sundown. We did have to spend some time in the classroom. All of the teachers there understood that we all wanted to be professional athletes and went out of their way to help us achieve that goal. I made a lot of friends at that school, but when it came to competitions, friendship went out the window. At the end of the day, we all just wanted to win. School Days, Part 2. Phrases. To see potential in someone or something. To see that someone or something could be successful in the future, even if it is not that way now. Example. When everybody else thought that the project was a failure, I saw that there was some real potential in it. In one's element. To be really comfortable with a situation or action, etc. Example. A lot of people are scared of racing cars, but I'm in my element on the racetrack. Sun up to sundown. All day. Example. I train sun up to sundown. To go out of one's way to help someone. To really help someone more than you have to. Example. The students went out of their way to help the new student get used to the school.